أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما ربنا زدنا علما اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear brothers and sisters here, how are you all? Make use of the chat box, inshallah. Let's keep this session an interactive session, inshallah. Hope you all are doing well and good. Bi'iznillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Barakallahu feeki, dear sisters and brothers. So, Alhamdulillah, we are heading on to the day 7th of this Canva Mastery course. Alhamdulillah, I'm good as well. Alhamdulillah, in every situation. So come on, let's head on to the 7th day of this editing course, dear sisters and brothers. We were here with the intention of pleasing Allah in every action that we're doing here, every click that we are making here. We were here with the right intention. So I want you all to rectify your intentions before we proceed with inshallah ta'ala. Please rectify your intentions, dear sisters and brothers here, so that Allah rewards rewards every effort that you're making into this journey, every moment that you spend into this journey. Inshallah, may Allah reward you immensely, inshallah ta'ala. And also may Allah bless our work, and may Allah make this work reach places, reach the clients, reach the people all around us, inshallah ta'ala. So dear sisters and brothers, inshallah, heading on to this journey of learning to design like a pro, we are into the day 7th of this course, and I want you all to rectify your intention that you're going to learn this, educate yourself with this skill of just to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also so that you can educate the ummah with this, with the flyers that you create, with the posters that you create, and also you can pursue a career through this to earn this halal, and also you can use the skill or the ability for dawah purposes or for the sake of Allah, and also it can be a beautiful sadqa jariyah for you all, inshallah ta'ala. So come on, let's continue this journey with the name of Allah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and heading on to the day 7th of this course. Before heading on to the course itself, we are just going to have a quick lesson recap on whatever we dealt in previous session. Can you all please type in whatever we had seen in previous class, dear sisters and brothers? Please let me see what and all you have learned in yesterday's class. Come on, type in what was dealt in previous class, the day 6th. It's about the service flyer. Excellent. It was about the service flyer. It was about the consultation flyers. It was about the course flyers, the webinar flyers. The majorly discussed topic was how to create a beautiful background, how to design a beautiful background to meet our needs, right? Subhanallah. Yes, the service flyer, webinar flyers, and more. Yes, Alhamdulillah. The course flyers as well. Yes. So these are the tutoring flyers were created, and some of the service flyers were created, webinar flyers were created, some of it like this, dear sisters and brothers, right? So these were some of the flyers that we had created. We added some elements to it. By now, you all probably might have understood what is being used in each and every flyer, right? So this is the photo that was used. This is the text. These are the elements that we used, right, dear sisters and brothers? Okay, how did we match up this content? How did we match up this beautiful fonts as? By using the styles, right? We had something there called as font combination. We used the font combination, and we matched up beautiful, what we say, the font combinations, right? So Alhamdulillah. So this was all about the flyers that we created. How did we create this? We added something like curve, right? The curves on two sides, and then those were all generated using the color picker. Hope you all have understood how to pick up the color from the images, right? We use something called as color picker in yesterday's class, right, dear sisters and brothers? These were the elements that were used. Alhamdulillah, we have learned it all, right? We have learned most of the concepts of the Canva designing, right? Then we learned how to create a webinar, and this was a webinar that we had created. Again, we created with the matching colors, matching content. See here, what would give you a good look? We actually matched it up with the content. We added a photo inside it. How did we add this, dear sisters and brothers? We created a frame at first, right? See how beautiful it looks, right, dear sisters and brothers? It's all very easy. By now, you all might have understood it, how to create such stuff, right? Subhanallah. So this everything is being very, very easily created with this design tool named as Canva, right? Subhanallah. So I just want you all to use this to the best of your abilities and create the best content and put it out for the world to watch, inshallah. So you can just captivate the minds, you can captivate the hearts with your designs, dear sisters and brothers. A design that is very beautifully done, it actually captures the attention, right? Have you all seen that? Probably here and there when you're going through the supermarkets or somewhere, when you see a captivating marketing flyer or the sales flyer, you just stay there, you just stand there and just look at it, and you are actually impressed by it. So the flyers are the very important tools for marketing. Have you all seen that? They actually create the flyers for marketing purposes. They actually create a few of the things for the marketing purposes. All of the things that they create for the marketing, the ads and more, it is everything is a digital marketing or digital design, digitally designed, right, dear sisters and brothers? See here, this was the beautiful flyer that we had created in yesterday's session. Doesn't it all look classy? Yes, alhamdulillah, because previously if you had created the stuff with any other software apart from this, then it would not have been given the beautiful finishing like this one's, right, dear sisters and brothers? Okay, alhamdulillah. So how many students do we have here? Can you all just mention to me? Yes, if you are a student, because today's session is for the students, teachers, professionals, and whoever is into the field of presenting the subjects, presenting the ideas, presenting something to the people. Inshallah, today's session would be proven the best for you all, inshallah. So today, heading on to the day 7th of this Canva Mastery course, we are going to see how to create the presentations, okay, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, you are a student, barakallahu fiki. You will be having so many projects to create this stuffs on, right? For example, you might be having to create the okay, Talim al Quran student. Then you might be asked to create some things like the total ayahs that will have this content, or you can be creating the dua PDFs. Create the PDFs on the presentations for the duas or presentation for the classes or something like that. Even if your teachers here, dear sisters and brothers, the PPT that is in hand that you are seeing on the screen is created with Canva. Again, I'm telling you, all the PPT that is here is created with Canva. Inshallah, you will learn how to create the presentation that is being projected to you all each day, starting from the day one, right? Subhanallah. So, inshallah, in today's session will prove you all the best, inshallah, if you will learn the PPT presentations, as well as if you're a student, inshallah, if you're going to write the documents, take up the documents, take up the note making. If you're doing note making, then you will also be able to access the docs, DOCKCS. Okay, you all have seen in Microsoft Office Word. Something like you might have been making the notes using Microsoft Office Word previously, but Canva, alhamdulillah, provides you all with the notes making also, and you can also insert beautiful charts there, beautiful figures there, and everything. So I'll be just giving a touch on these topics as well, so that inshallah you all, if there are students here, teachers here, if you want to create the resumes for someone or for yourself, you all will be able to go through each and every steps. Okay, if you are going to create the certificates, if you are working for an institute, if you are a professional, if you have your own schools, if you are related to, if you are concerned with the, if you are connected or if you are related to any institutions, and if the institution is imparting any certificates or something like that, you can create the certificate stuffs with the Canva and give it to the institute so that they can distribute to their students, inshallah. So even this is being offered in the Canva software. Inshallah, I'll teach you all of these skills, inshallah, in this upcoming session. Basically, probably you might feel that I don't want to learn how to make certificates, I don't want to learn how to make resumes. But dear sisters and brothers, the skills that I'm giving you, dear sisters and brothers, that will be proven important, because when you're going into the graphic designing with the working for the clients, then you have to have the knowledge about each and every aspect. Okay, so please be very careful and be attentive in the class, so that you will get most out of this session, inshallah ta'ala. So dear sisters and brothers, I want you all to prepare with the two devices, be ready with the two devices. If you do not have two devices, I want you all to take a notebook, write down all of the key points, and then after the class, take a hold of the recordings, and then you can just practice after the recordings, inshallah. Because live practices must, and skills need practice, inshallah. Ta'ala, repeated practice. So I'm just going to start with the screen sharing, inshallah. We are going to head on to this day 7th of this course, and we are going to see how to prepare the presentations, inshallah. So this would be our first page. So for what we are going to do is we are just going to click on the create a design, right? So create a design or the plus button, whatever you want, the custom size or whichever you want. You can give your design the custom size, or you can just go and search for the designs which will be for the presentations. For the first topic for today's class is presentations, how to make the presentations. You can also write it as PPTs. You can also say it as presentation. So we'll just write as presentations. It is not like you are just preparing presentations, you are also preparing the PDF copies of that for 10 to 10, 20 slides. For example, if you're creating 10 to 20 slides of content and you want a PDF copy of that, for example, you're even this is also used to prepare a book, dear sisters and brothers. Even if you want to prepare a book, even if you are going to prepare anything as stuff, this presentation topic will be very helpful for you all. Fine. There are so many different types of presentation: beach presentation, business presentations, clothing presentations, whichever you want. You can select 16 is to 9 as well. 16 is to 9 will cover entire screen, okay, in the landscape mode. 4 is to 3 will cover half of your, I mean the 3/4 of your screen, leaving behind some of it black, okay. I usually prefer using 4 is to 3 because it will give you a big square look. So I usually prefer 4 is to 3 because it will be okay to go with, even if in the portrait mode, okay. In the portrait mode, even if you hold this in the portrait mode, that will be 4 is to 3. Till here it will be visible, and some of this will be 3/4. That is number 3/4 of the screen. Fine. So I prefer using the presentation in 4 is to 3. All of the presentations that I make or that I prepare is in 4 is to 3 mode. Fine. I just want you all to click on this presentation 4 is to 3 pattern. Hope you all know that I'm also a tutor. I take up the two students. I take up the classes for the mathematics, English, and various subjects from the for the students around the world. So what I do is I have to prepare eye-catching presentations for my students. That is actually the key for my classes, because we do not do video based sessions, because we do not share our videos. What we do, we take the classes with the presentations only. We have to prepare the most beautiful, most excellent presentations. So dear sisters and brothers, Canva will offer you the best out of best presentation aspects, okay. So the one way of doing things is going to the templates, which I do not prefer doing it, and I do not recommend doing it. We can do it later, inshallah. If you do not feel like it is not fine, I want to do it with the templates only, then you can go with the templates and do it. But dear sisters and brothers, let's create the stuff by ourselves, inshallah. We have so much creativity inside us, within us. So let's all create the stuff by ourselves, inshallah. So let's head on to the elements. So first of all, let me just put into mind what am I going to do, what I'm going to present, what am I going to make the presentation for. First and foremost thing, I just thought that I'll do the presentation for my student who is a batch after this class around 7 p.m. So what the presentation would be is, I have to prepare a presentation for the mathematics class. It will be the 10th or 10th CBSE board. So inshallah, I would be making the presentation with you all, inshallah. Let's do it all together. Fine. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I want to get a beautiful background at first, right? And it is a mathematics class. So what I should do is, I should search for the elements and just have to write maths here. If it is a mathematics session, fine. So I'll just write maths here. I'll see the symbols. Let me just pick up the symbol. Before picking up the symbols, okay, if I pick up the symbols, it will all be in blacks. So what I'll do, I'll just keep it wherever I want, fine. So this is a math symbol. Okay, then few more if you want, whatever you want, you can just place it, dear sisters and brothers, if you whichever you want, okay, somewhere here and there, okay. Come on, give it a try if you want. 1 2 3 here and there. Okay, I'll just place this up. Make the presentations by yourself. Create it like the what we say. It should be your work. It should be totally your work, and it should not be like the copying the stuffs from someone else. Be more creative with your content and make it feel like you are designing your own content. Alhamdulillah. So by now you all might have learned how to create the content by yourselves, right? So Alhamdulillah. So background, give a beautiful background. Let me just pick up any backgrounds. Click on the background. See here, you have so many backgrounds. You can click white also. White would also look very good, okay? So I usually prefer very colored format so that it is very eye-catching for the students, because the students Students prefer something that is eye catching, and the content should be very good to go with, right? So for example, I'll just take this for this one. I'll show you with some other with the next pages also. So what we can do is we can just send it to the back, fine. How to send it to the back? Or you can set image as the background also, something like this you can keep, fine. Okay, you can also assign different backgrounds. So let me give it another page. Let me show it to you with another page. Okay, if I take this one, let me just duplicate it. It's very easy to duplicate the pages. Okay, you can create hundreds of stuffs, dear sisters and brothers, with just one what we say, one backgrounds, two backgrounds. Okay, I'm just showing with the one dark background as well. Okay, this is something in the blacks. Let me keep it in the whites because for this one we need it all in whites. This is a darker background. Okay. Now what happened, dear sisters and brothers? Something like this, right? So I just want you all to do one thing for this. You just have to decrease the transparency of this. Why to decrease the transparency? Because I wanted to give it a watermark look, okay? Let it have a watermark look. Okay. So if you're doing it for the Islamic purposes, if you're doing it for the dua flyers or something like that, dear sisters and brothers, okay, inshallah, we'll create that as well. I want you all to insert some Arabic steps there, okay? Arabic ayahs. You just write Arabic there. Okay, we'll just create it all together, fine. We'll create three of it together, fine. So I just want you to put another slide and put some Arabic content, Arabic stuff. And let me just put some of the Arabic look to it. Okay. Some Islamic look to it. Okay. So you can give whatever look you want, fine. Okay. So this one lantern is enough probably. Okay. I'll give you a beautiful background for that. But before that, we can just let's see if we have something. Okay, what we'll do, we'll just write backgrounds again because we want some beautiful backgrounds to this. Some Islamic backgrounds because we actually prefer using some Islamic backgrounds. Islamic backgrounds. Okay, I want you all to prepare any one out of it, inshallah. If you want to prepare the mathematics flyer, something like that, or something like this one, or whichever you find it easy to go with. Okay, this one is very excellent. What I'll do, I'll just set it images as background. I think I can delete this up. Okay, how to crop this up? You can just double click it up and you can just place it here, fine. Okay, this is the presentations. We have to do it in various formats, fine. For if you're doing on the Arabic or the any dua PDF, dua PPTs presentations, or the Quran PDFs or PPTs presentations, then you have to create the separate presentations, fine. It should be separate presentations because each presentations has so many what we say slides, right? There's so many slides. One presentation at least takes up 5 to 10 slides, right? So okay, this would be the first presentation that I just created. So okay, this is just fine. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just create with this one because I like the dark backgrounds. So fine. Okay, the first thing what I want to include here is, okay, this is just for the mathematics class that I just decided. So what I'll do, first thing what I want to add is a label. Let me just move to the elements and let me just close it all up, and I'll put one frame, fine. I'll just put one frame. So where are the frames? If there are frames here, you can just surf through this and see if there are any frames. I'll just select this round frame. Okay, if you want, you can select the round frame or you can select whichever the frames you want. Let me see what's in the uploads. And the uploads we have, I just want one beautiful logo of this one that should match with the content. It should be usually whitish, okay? So I'll see if I have a whitish content. Just a moment, inshallah. So whitish, I want a whitish flyer. So what I'll do, I'll just move ahead and see if we have a whitish logo to put inside this because this is being this is just the photos that were inserted. Okay, just a moment. Give me a moment, inshallah. You'll find it here and there, so you can just add it up and include it there, right? So something like bluish is here. If you want, you can change that also, but I want it in the in that format, right? So we'll see. Okay, these were for the projects that we take up for the supermarket projects or something that or for the supermarkets. Okay, I have something in the square. See, I have the logo in the square. I want to make it round. So what I'll do, I'll put it inside the frame. Done. Okay, I want to give it a cropping. You just have to double click and pinch it with my two fingers and increase it in size. That's all. This is very easy task. Okay, and the first page I'll just keep it like this. Okay, and then I just want to write the text now. So I'll just move to the text, and or I can just move to the design. That is a very what we say. It saves her much time. The style things and the font combinations, the font sets, the font combination, whatever you want, you can select. For now, let me select something good. Okay. You can change all of this font combination. You don't have to create this only. But for me, to just for time, what we say, saving my time, I just make use of this stuff. Okay. So I'll just move forward with this one heading. You can just write mathematics class or whichever class you want. So this is for the mathematics session. Okay. So EDU-SITE. So this body, let me keep it here and write presents. Okay, for this one, let me just put it as a white. Okay, then let me just move forward with this mathematics class with the mashal. If I want, I can just add up some of the contents like what we say. Okay, I'll just show you some of the contents that are very excellent to make this design feel like a pro. Okay, so wait, dear sisters and brothers, we are not at all done. We are not. We have just begun here. Okay, we have just begun here. I'm just giving a look. What we say, we are just giving you a small a look for this. That's all. Okay, the white content is done. Let me just put it here. Okay, and also this one. This presents, let it be here. Fine. Now, what more feel can I give to this picture? Okay, it is just seeming ordinary for me. Now, what more can I give? Okay, you have so many elements. I want to show you with the elements. Fine. I want you all to write down some of the elements that I'm just writing here because those are very excellent to make your designs feel like a pro. Okay. So come on, the first thing is the shadow. Okay. If you want, you can just put it as a shadow. Okay, there are two ways of creating shadow. I'll show you. One shadow, if you want in this way, you'll just grab it up, and for this logo to seem like a 3D logo, you can just put this shadow up here. Okay, if it is a black shadow and if you want it a white shadow, then you can just change that black color to white color. That's all. So how to change that, I'll show you. You can just edit the photo into the white color. So you just have to move to the effects, or you just have to move to the filters and see if we can convert that into the white color. Probably the black shadow conversion to the white shadow is not available, and there are so many photos related to that. Come on, the white photo is also here. So I'll just take this up. I'll just shorten it up. I'll put it here. Okay. There is also an AI app, dear sisters and brothers, to create the shadows of the images. Fine. I just created one small shadow, the white shadow. For white, let it be white. So I just wanted a white fill. I gave it a white fill. Hope you all are understanding it. Fine. So then you can also create a glow also. Okay. Come on, write glow here. Write glow and see how beautiful you have a glow circle, glow with just the glow or glow circles also like this. The neon things also are available here, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, I'll just shorten it up. I'll place it behind this. Okay, to place it behind, you have to position it perfectly. To position that, it is very important. Fine. Okay, I did it. What I'll do, I'll just increase it from here, and then increase it from this side. And what I'll do, I'll just send it backwards. Okay, so how to send it backward? You just have to click on the three dot button and send to backwards. Okay, I just wanted some glow, that's all. Okay, I just wanted some glow. Okay, so I'm not getting it perfectly, but fine to go with. Fine. So what I'll do with this is I'll just keep it here. Okay, so see here, we just gave it a glow, we just gave it a ring circle, we just gave it a shadow. And also, dear sisters and brothers, I told you I want to show you another way of creating the shadows, right? So what I'll do, I'll delete this shadow. I'll show you how to create another way of doing giving shadows for the things. Okay. For example, if you are into the business sales flyers in tomorrow's session or more, you will be able to learn to go through this business sales flyer and more, inshallah. So if you want that also for over there also, you will be having to create it for the articles. For example, for the shoes, if you want to create the shadow, if you're going to display a shoe and you want a shadow reflection for that, then you just have to move to something called as easy reflection. Okay, go to the apps. Okay, there is apps here. Okay, in the apps you will have the app named as easy reflection. Fine, see here. You have so many apps, dear sisters and brothers. Take it from me, you can use it all. You can easily use it all and create a very wonderful and easy stuff. See here in the trendings, there's a third button, easy reflection. You can just open it up, and if you want, you can just give a reflection of this. You can just click on the design that you want a reflection out of it. You just have to click on it and then create a reflection. See here how beautiful it has created. You can add it to the design also. You can add it to this design also. So it has been added probably. Where is it? Yes, it has been added. So it has been added in the square format. What you have to do, you can just again align it in the round format, and then you can just put it up. You could put it on the screen. Fine. What I'll do, I'll move to the elements again. I can just take another round circle or the round frame. I can just put it inside this. This frame that I did it was with the neon, okay, with the glow. So what I'll do, I'll just remove this one, delete frame only. I just want a simple frame, simple round frame. What we'll do, we'll just write frame here, round frame. So we'll just click on the black round frame and we'll just place it here, and we'll just put back the content that we had in the easy reflections, right? So probably that's gone by now, because what we did was I just deleted that. So you can just create the reflection and add it to the designs, and I'll add it inside this. So here is the reflection. Now, dear sisters and brothers, it is something like this. Now I want to change it in such a way that, okay, it looks like it is a reflecting content. And what is it actually? It is showing you like it is a round figure. Now you want it like it feels like a reflection. How would you do that, dear sisters and brothers? Okay, there is something called as skew image. Okay, come on, go to the apps and see. Okay, I'm just taking you along with the AI. Fine, I'm also taking the Magic Studio along with you, because you will be making use of this stuffs in your career into this. Fine, so you can just go to the skew image, click on the skew image, and see whichever image you want. You can just select it up. Okay, for that, how much skew you want to give? You want to place it like this? You can place it. See how beautiful it is. In however way you want, you can place it. For example, you want to place it in this way, you can just add it to the designs in this format or whichever format you want. Fine. So for now, I want it in the format that, okay, I think we did not get it right. So I think I want it in this format. Okay, I'll add this to the design. So I'll keep it here. I'll delete this. I'll delete this. So this is the way you actually delete image, and I'll put it here. I'll just take it and place it inside this. In this way, you can just add the easy reflection to the content. Fine. So if it is not totally round, you can just make it feel like it's round by increasing its size. See how beautifully you have just converted a reflection, gave it a reflection. Okay, this is just to show you how to create the skew. Okay, skewing the content, how to actually move the content in such a way that this is a 3D look of the content that you're giving. Fine. So I'll just delete this frame. I can just choose the shadow, or I can just choose something called as, I'll just move ahead and I'll just write shadow in this, and I can just create just a simple round shadow below that. Fine. So I have taught you two important things, dear sisters and brothers. You can just make use of those stuffs. Fine. One is the skew image, and another is the, come on, type in the chat box. One is the skew image, and another is easy reflections, right? Okay, alhamdulillah. So you can select whichever you want from here. Yes, alhamdulillah. You want white shadow, you will put white shadow also. You can just put it like this and send it to the back. Fine. Send it to back. Alhamdulillah. So this is just a way of doing things. Okay. Now you want to give this a more glow, this presentation more glow. You have so many wonderful stuffs, dear sisters and brothers. Fine. If you want to put it on the platform, if you want the neon backgrounds, I'll show you some of the beautiful things. So what you can do is you can just write neon backgrounds, something like glowish things. If you want, you can just write neon backgrounds and click on it, and see here you will be having so many wonderful graphic stuffs. Okay, move to the graphic, or you can just write neon, no need of writing background. Fine, just write neon and see in how many graphic stuffs you have here. Fine, you can make use of the stuffs like this if you want. If you want to give it a glow like this from somewhere, if you want to make it like this, you can give it a glow. Or anyway, for example, instead of this, you want to place this neon, because neon thing is trending nowadays, right? Everything actually, every designer, or what we say, every creator prefers using the, what we this one, the neon things, right? Neon stuffs. So you can use it wherever you want in the presentations also, if you want to make it very eye-catching, fine. If you want to make the content very eye-catching, you can just make use of the neon stuff also, fine. Okay, let me see how you're going to use it in different ways. For example, if you want to put it, what I usually do is, if I want to have, if you actually use a dark backgrounds, then we have to give it a, what we say, a look in such a way that, okay, what am I going to do here is, I'm increasing it in such a way that I don't want this white stuff. Okay, I just want this glowy stuff. So let me see if I can, if that's possible for me. Fine. Okay, we can do it in very different ways. Fine. It's totally your creativity. Fine. So I can increase it furthermore. And now I just want to place it a layer and send to back. I can do that. And also I can decrease its transparency if I want, so that it just gave me a good white look. And see, I just converted something from, okay, I cannot move it back. I'll just do one thing here. What did we do here is, okay, just a moment. Okay. So, okay, what did we just convert it from? We converted from the this page to, okay, this page to this page. We gave it some glow. Okay, if you want, you can just erase it or delete it by just removing the glow. Fine. Okay, alhamdulillah. This is the first page that we created. This is just the first page of the slide. And if you want to give some good bordering to this, dear sisters and brothers, you can give it. Just write borders there, and you can give it a good bordering. For example, you want to make it feel like not the what we say now, not the sharp edges. Then you can give this some bordering kind of things. For example, unsharped edges. For example, you can just put it like this here and there, in a round manner. Fine. You can just give this presentation a round look on the edges. Okay, you can do that as well and create a beautiful presentation. Fine. This is just the example that I'm giving you. You can use it in different ways. Fine. So I want you all to make use of the various things and create a beautiful presentation. Okay. So this was just one slide. Now we have to create multiple slides for this, right? So what you have to do, you can just duplicate this up. Fine. How to duplicate this up? Duplicate this page up, dear sisters and brothers. Now this is the second page of the slide. So what you're going to do, you're going to add your label somewhere here and there, right? Do you remember what you have to do with this, with your logo? You have to put it somewhere in the image, somewhere in the presentation. Fine. So what I'll do, I'll just take, see if it is possible. No, I can just keep that as that as such. That's enough. Okay. Now what am I going to do? Now we are going to create, start with the stuffs, right? We are going to start creating the stuffs like we have to add some of the lesson pages. What are we going to learn today, or something like that, right? So on the first page, what is the content that we want to add is, I just want to add something like our lesson for today. Okay, this is just some of the aspects that I just wanted to cover. Okay, our lesson for today. Our lesson for today. Lesson for today. Okay, so I'll just remove whatever is here. Okay, remember, I have duplicated the pages. My work is not lost. Okay, you do not have to worry about your work. Your work is being saved in the previous page. A lesson for today. Now you have to add a lesson page, right? So you have to put up the lesson or something presentation here, or you are going to write it on the screen or something like that. So you have to write some of the stuffs in the screen, right? For example, you're giving the definition for anything or something like that. So what you have to do, you have to move to the shapes, and you have to carry some of the things like this, and wherein you will be able to write the stuffs, right? Write the stuffs. Okay, so I'll just write this here. What I'll do, I'll change its color to white, because most probably this looks good with the white content. So this one, the font text or something that is here, you can just take it in the black manner. Okay, blackish way. So we can just take it in black color, right? So now you can just write the steps whatever you want. So in the lesson for today, today's lesson is about the presentations, right? Presentations. Presentation editing. Okay, so what I'll do, I usually do it in this way. Have you seen my presentation? It is like our lesson for today, presentations, and then I use a very beautiful font here and there. Gallon is not required. We have so many beautiful fonts, dear sisters and brothers. You can just pick whichever you want. Fredoka is also very excellent to go with. Okay, for this one, okay, it's fine. Okay, and here I'll place my YouTube or my website, because I want my content to be very copyrighted, and it should not be used by someone else, right? And even if they use it, they should give me the credits because it's self-designed, right? So you can just write youtube.com/, you can just write the referral from where you have got this, or from who has created this, or something like that. EDU-SITE. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we'll move ahead. So we have just created this stuff. Now, usually what I do, I add some stuffs. Okay, I add some element stuffs. Now we'll just go to the presentation and add some elements. Presentation. Okay, if you have to write some formulas, if you have to write something about the what we say, the classes, you can just write it inside this space. Fine, you should just write it inside this space, the presentation. So our topic for today's class is about the presentation. You can put images inside it, or you can just put some slides inside it. Okay, this is the way I prepare the presentations. Fine, I want you all to do it in this way itself, because it is actually the best way. Even if you refer to some other slides, you will see, if you are into the tutoring for the course flyers, or even for the this one, the sisters and brothers, even for the seminar presentations and more, you will be able to. I have provided for many students, at least 5 to 10 students have taken the slides for their seminar presentations and more. You can also use the same concept like this or some other way. Okay, because I do not use the same backgrounds for each and everything. The backgrounds differ, the content differs, right? So everything differs. You can just match it accordingly. Our lesson for today, and let me just put another slide, and giving a lesson recap. For the lesson recap, you have to say me, you have to tell whatever we had studied in previous session, and you just have to put that here and there. Okay, so now, when you're using this as a PPT format, dear sisters and brothers, you have to give it an animation, right? Do you all know that? You have to give a transition between the slides to give it a presentation format. Do you know this? Yes or no? Every presentation has a transition. So lesson recap, I'll just write it down, and then I'll show how to create the transitions. So what you have to do, you have to duplicate the same thing. You just have to create the backgrounds for once, and then you just have to duplicate the same pages. And for example, I want to put a thank you note. Okay, for the last page, what I'll do, I'll just delete this all. I'll just put a thank you note instead of this, and in the center. Okay, or I can write it in the this frame also, shape also. Okay, it's all up to you, dear sisters and brothers. Thank you notes. If you want the Arabic wordings for this, Jazakumullah khair, and you have it here in this Jazakallah, right? Jazakallah khair here. You will have all of the Arabic stuff written in this. Graphics, dear sisters and brothers. You have it all here. Come on, give it a try, inshallah. You have it all here. Almost, you will be seeing so many Arabic ayahs also here. Fine. Just write the surah name. You will find it here. Whichever you want, you find it here. Fine. So today's homework would be that you'd all have to create a beautiful presentation, made be for the Islamic presentation, made be for the dua presentation, at least 5 to 6 duas in it. You can add it and send one presentation slides in the form of PPT, in the form of PPT, or in the form of the PDF, whichever you want. Okay. Now, how to add the transitions to it? One important aspect, dear sisters and brothers, how to add the transition is there is a plus button in between the pages. Have you all seen? When you are creating the presentations, there is a plus button in between the images. Did you all get it? Click on it. Come on. Click on it. Click on the plus button, and there is something called as transitions here. Have you all seen it? Something below the plus button will appear. Okay, that is called the transition. Click on that. Fine. When you click on that, you will be asked which transition you want to apply between the pages. Okay, so you will just click whichever you want. See here, it will magically animate, it will line swap, whichever you want. You can just put it here. How many seconds you want? You want it for 1 second? You want it for 2 seconds? You want it very delayed pattern? You want it whichever, and you want a chop while animation, whichever animation you want, you can just give it by yourself. This is not an animation, this is called the transitions. And if you want to apply this transition to all pages, you just have to click on apply between all pages. Fine. So this is not working because it's below the zoom screen. So what I'll do, I'll just change it into the portrait mode, and I'll just click on apply to all images. It's not working at all for me. Let me see what's happening. Okay, because it's below the zoom screen, it won't work. I already told you. You don't see the transition option. I already told you. You have to pick up the presentations only, dear sisters and brothers. Click on the plus button. Click on add transitions. You have to apply it all between the all pages, or you can just apply. Okay, I'll apply it for each pages. Can you see it now? Click on the plus button, and there is something below that plus button. If you want me to underline that one, I'll just highlight that. See, it's this one, the red thing that I'm showing you. It appears like this between two pages. Okay, probably when you were selecting this one, it should have been opened with the presentations only. You should have opened the screen with the presentations only. The presentation mode will give it all. Okay, so this is one of the ways. Okay, so here are the different ways. Yes, here are the different ways of creating the presentation. So this is just one series of presentation. Another series of presentation, I wanted to add an Arabic presentation. So what I'll do, I'll just write Islam there. I can just put some beautiful patterns there. So Islamic backgrounds I can put. If I'm making a dua presentation, I'll just put this up here and there. I can just write a hoop. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just give it beautiful stuff, inshallah. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just write this and I'll go to the designs. I'll take some beautiful designs with okay. But now let me just select this one. Okay, and also the colors are not matching with this, so we'll just change all of it to white. We can change it later also, okay, because just now we just want to write some stuff and then just create it. It's totally based on you, fine. It's totally based on the way you want to work, fine. So I just want to write it here. Dua for duas. Okay, let me just write duas from Quran. Okay, duas from Quran. So I'll just increase its size, decrease its size, increase this in the format, and okay, duas from Quran. Okay, who is going to write this, who has been presenting this stuff, whatever you want, you can just put it out there. Duas from Quran, by, presented by whom, or written by whom, or compiled by. You can just write compiled by, or you can just write design this flyer by, or you can whatever you want to write it by. Compiled by. You can just write your name there. Mishal. Okay. So this is just a one way of doing the presentations. Now you want to add your own, what we say, duas from Quran. Who is presenting this? Josite presents duas from Quran, compiled by who? You can just add a logo also if you want, right? Compiled by who? If you want to change the font combinations, you can change it in your own ways. Now this pattern doesn't look good for me. You can just add beautiful patterns behind. The background doesn't have any Arabic feel, the Islamic feel. So what you can do is you can just go to the patterns and see, or you can just write Islamic patterns. Okay, in Islamic patterns, you have so many wonderful stuff, dear sisters and brothers, because this is a golden screen. See here, these things I want you all to add up in your content. Okay, I'll send it to the back layer and send it to the back, and now you just have to change its transparency thoda. You just have to give it a lightish look, fine. You can add that as well. You can add whatever you want. You can add some steps like this one at the end. Okay, you can add this one here and there. Okay, let me just add it at this side. Okay, this side, this lanterns are fine. This side, let it be this one. Okay, and then from the next pages, now you can just start off with whichever feel you want to give. Now the font combinations, now you can change font color, font, whatever you want, you can change after doing it, or you can just change it based on the, what we say, whichever you want in doing this. Okay, let me just click on this multiple times and see if we can just change this up. Okay, whichever you want, you can just change it to, inshallah. Previously it was good, right? So let me just keep it as such. Okay, whatever you want, you can go with. So okay, for now let me just settle for this one, because let me just settle for this one, the verse from Quran. Okay, next, color option, color combinations, color palettes. I already told you, they take it from the color theory. You can give it in your the way you want, fine, your own look. Okay, probably this is not working beautiful, so we'll see, because most of it they are assigning white for the text, because the last part that is being told here is a whitish thing. So do it in your own ways. If you want it in the golden manner, you can just take it in the golden way. or if you want it from this one, you can just pick it from the colors whichever you want, fine. There is also a color picker. Hope you all know that. You can just make use of that. Okay. So how to give it a give this a presentation look? Now, how to give it a presentation look? For example, now we want to present it. Then there is some button here. Okay. There is some option here. Okay. You just have to click on that option. Click on this option. So here it's presented. Now you just have to click on the screen. This is the transition that you had given. Click on the screen. This is the transition that you have given. Thank you. So beautiful, right? Dear sisters and brothers, how do you find this? This is created by you. Alhamdulillah. You all can do it by yourselves, right? So Alhamdulillah, this is one of the ways that you can create the presentations. And also we created something like this, and we do not have any further this one slides for this. See, Alhamdulillah, even this we have created by ourselves, right? Subhanallah, this is very beautiful. This is the self creation we created by ourselves, Alhamdulillah. So this is called as the graphic designing. You have to design the steps by yourself. Now I want you all to see the templates. Go to the templates and see. You can create more wonderful stuff than this, right? So have this attitude of you can create more better than this. Come on. See here, if you want to make a tourist, you have the templates as well. You can just take the ideas if you want from the templates. Okay. You can also take it from the templates only. I don't say you don't. Where is that to show the presentation? Okay, this one, dear sister, on the right bottom, how to present the presentation. This is the way you can present the presentation. If you are in the smartphone, probably it would be on the top. There is a play button probably. I do not have much access to it now. Yes, probably it's on the top right. I'll just check it. Yes, top, there is something like this, presenting button. Top, second option, second right. Second right. Okay, it's on the second right on the top if you're with a smartphone. Fine. So Alhamdulillah. Now this is the way you can just give a good presentation by yourself. So what did you learn in today's session is you how to create your own designs, dear sisters and brothers, right? So how to create your own designs. And also if you do not have any idea to put other backgrounds or something like that, you can just make use of that right styling, dear sisters and brothers. I already told you stylings and font combination. Now what you can do, you just have to go to the color combinations. See it all. You just have to start 1, 2, 3, whichever you want. You can start with. Okay. This is the way. If you want, you do not have much time to create, you can go with the templates also. But if you're not understanding how to create, you can just take one beautiful background. And here they have given you the ideas which matches what. You can just click on it and go for it. Fine. Hope you all are finding this excellent to go with. Alhamdulillah. Finding it easy. Gagalian fonting. See here, you can just select whichever you want. Even if you want to change the colors, you have to just click on it again. See here, just click on it again. You just have to change the combinations, click on it again. Click on it again. The same thing, you can change it multiple times. Okay, with which is the major color, defining the major color, the minor color, or something like that. Hope you all are understanding this concept. This is a very excellent way of creating the presentations that I had told you all to go with. Fine. Dear sisters and brothers, I wanted to cover up one important concept of resizing. Okay, I'll just show you something. Okay, before that I want to show you how I create the steps. I'll show you some of the slides that I create for the classes, because we have started the topic of presentation, so I want you all to see the presentations how I create for this class. Okay, these are the presentations that I have created for the class. It was just simply designed. I just wanted to make a black and white look for this course, so I gave it a black and white look. That's all. So if I wanted more greater than this, I could have done that. More better than this, I could have done that. But I wanted to just give it a look like this. I wanted it. I just liked it this way. And that's fine. If you are satisfied with your designs, go for it, dear sisters and brothers. These are the slides that I present to you every day. Okay, so you probably by now hope you have understood how I create this stuff, right? So presents design like a pro with Mishal here, and this one. I'll show you what is used in each one. So here, what did I use here? This one I have used some backgrounds. I have used Bismillah here. Day 7, this and this, 2 laptops with the Canva written on it, because this is a course that is offered with both the laptop as well as the smartphones. And for the dua, I just to use this one. This is Rabbi Shrah li Sadri. I took the text here. See, this is the text that I have taken from the Quran app, and this is also a text. And then what I have taken, this is all the naming on this one. Dear sisters and brothers, isn't it easy by now? Tell me whether you can create more beautiful than this. Type yes if you all can create. Yes, by now, Alhamdulillah, you have learned this art, right? Yes, alhamdulillah, you all can create more better than this. Yes, inshallah, because by now you have learned it all. You have learned it all, dear sisters, into this year. See here, the steps are very easy. You just have to use the right combinations of elements here. Rectify your intentions. I have written something like set intentions to this one. Okay, these slides are very much liked by the students from the previous batches. When I showed them how you have to create this, they were very stunned. They said, Subhanallah, this is the very easy way we can create it by ourselves, right? So you all can create these things by yourselves, dear sisters and brothers, right? But importantly, a graphic designer must have a beautiful combination of the elements along with the what do you say, color combinations, along with the photo combinations, image combinations, and more. Fine. So a graphic designer must know how to combine the elements with each other, how to combine the colors, how to combine the, yes, you have to put a very creative content. Fine. So these are the slides that I carry. I already told you these are the slides that I create with the Canva, and alhamdulillah, I'm showing you the steps also how we are going to create the steps. But for today's class, we have completed how to create the presentations for both the teachers. If you are a professional, if you are a student, if you're going to create it for the seminars or something like that, come on, do it in your own ways. Inshallah, you will be able to do this stuff very beautifully. The next thing that we are going to address is how to create the documents for the notes making. If you are a Quran student, if you are any student and you want to make notes of yourself, you want to make it keep it inside your Canva, or you are going to make a very wonderful beautiful PDF or something like that, then inshallah I'm just going to show you some of the ways you can create the documents, the word files, and if you want to create some of the stuffs like charts in it or something like that, I'll show it all inshallah now. Just a moment, wait for me. I'll just show you the slides and then we'll go more ahead. Fine. This inshallah I'll show you some of the ways to create the resumes and also the certificates. Okay, these are the things that you can all put up and you can all just see. Okay, if you're the teachers, dear sisters and brothers, I'll just show you some of the stuff that I create for my students so that you all will be able to, okay, for your previous projects will be saved on something called as projects. Okay, move to the projects and click on the see all, and you will be having all of your projects there. Fine. So I'll just show you with one of my students projects. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, these are the projects that I do it for the supermarkets or some of the grocery stores. Okay, so what I'll do is I wanted to show you all something like, okay, some of the stuffs for the students from, okay, so mathematics things. If I wanted to import, okay, this was just to show how to create. Fine. So this one, how do I create this? Okay, I don't want to replace this. Cancel it. Okay, these are some of the slides that I created for the previous for my students from Australia. So what I do, so this if I want to insert the images from somewhere, Google Images, I have it from the uploaded thing. So see here, that's just I prepare this as a base and keep, right? So I just prepare it as a base and keep. I just edit it n number of times and present it for my students to watch or for my students for the presentations. Fine. So Alhamdulillah, just I wanted to share some of the steps with you all. Sales flyer for various supermarkets and more. And then this was for the previous, video editing projects. Some of the slides that were created. Most of it had the same look, but the content was very eye-catching. But for this design, I wanted to give it only black and white content, so we just did it with the black and white content. So Alhamdulillah. Now, dear sisters and brothers, let me just move ahead. We are going to take something called as notes making. Okay, how to make your own notes? You just have to go on the create project, and you just have to write like notes if you want. Okay, or there is something called as document. You are just going to take a document, write a document, click on the document, not the mobile video, probably I just clicked on the mobile video. You just have to click on the first button that is there, document. So you will be given a big document. You can write n number of steps there, and you can just create a beautiful document after that. You just have to see, this is called as notes making. Like you have like the Samsung notes, like the iPhone notes, wherever you have you actually have an access to the notes, right? In whichever smartphone or the tablets or even for the PCs, you have the notes. In notes you actually write the steps, right? Do you have the same screen like that of Microsoft Word here? Yes, it is almost same as the Microsoft Word. You actually have more features than Microsoft Word. See here, you can use n number of elements in your designs. You can use hundreds of tables. You can use charts here. If you want a bar graph to be shown there, you can use it there. Find your sisters and brothers. For example, you are writing just make use of the graph to make use of a charts there. You can just make use of a chart.
Fine, you are going to write, you're going to combine the sections, and then you can just write your steps, whatever you want. You're going to make a notes on something, write that. Fine, you can just write it all, you can make it bold, you can just change it, you can just change the colors. The Quran, usually the Quranic students that are here, or the students, whoever student is here, if you want to take down your own notes in this format, you don't have to go to the documents, or you don't have to download the Microsoft Office apps in your set smartphones or the PCs. You just can do it all in this Canva application. Fine. So alhamdulillah, this is also the way that you all can do it, and this is very wonderful. I'm telling you, it's very excellent, because you have access to everything within a second. You can just access all the images, all the photos, and everything like that. Okay, because Microsoft Word is giving you a bit difficult task. If you want to access the elements, you have to go to the clip arts. If you want to access this one, you have to do this with this or that, something like that. Here you will be having all the graphically designed elements. You will just have to just search it and put it here. Documents, if you want to create, this is a wonderful way of creating the documents. If you want to convert this file into documents, into the presentations, if you want to convert the documents into anything, you have one button called as Resize button. I wanted to show you all about the Resize button. This is very important button. For example, dear sisters and brothers, you have a, I'll show you just a moment. You have this one, okay, this one that we had created in yesterday's class. What was it? Okay, do not sell this, sell your deen for this dunya. Okay, this documents. Okay, I'll just open it up. Now you want to resize this. For example, this is an Instagram post that we have. Fine, this is an Instagram post that we made. Correct. This was the 3:4 Instagram post. Now I want this post into, okay, I want this post into something like even larger than this. Okay, I want this post even larger than this. So there is a button. Okay, there is a button called as Resize and Magic Switch. Okay, there is a button called as Resize and Magic Switch. Usually in the smartphones is at the top left, and and here it is Resize and Magic Switch is written on the laptops and the tablets. Okay, just click on that. Now this is an Instagram post. Now you want to make a mobile video out of it. Click on it, mobile video. Okay, you can just make a mobile video out of it. You can make an Instagram reel out of it. That is all excellent, dear sisters and brothers. For example, if you had it only this much, if you had it only this much, and you wanted to create a long video out of it, you just have to click on the magic switch and just change the aspect ratio. That's all. Okay, this is very important option. Okay, very important option, because a young number of designs you create and you want it to be published on Instagram reels, on Instagram reels. If you just created a simple what we say quote, and you want to make a video out of it, then you can just do animation. But if you want to resize it and make it into Instagram reel, you can just go and write Instagram reel there. Instagram post also you can make, Instagram reel also we can make. I'll just click on the Instagram reel. Okay, and then I'll just continue. Okay, see what happens just within a second. What happens, this design will be resized. What if they're asking you entire design? Yes, we want a entire design. You can resize this design only, or you can copy this up and resize. Let me just resize this design and copy it up, because I don't want to lose the previous content also. So what I'll do, I'll copy and resize. It will be copied and then resized within a second. See here, now if you want to open that video, then that mobile video will be open, and then you can just see, dear sisters and brothers, see here the design that we had created with the Instagram ratio of smaller ratio. Now it has been converted by itself. It needs some correction, that's all, some correction. You just have to move it here and there. Now it has been converted to the Instagram reels. Yes, how beautifully it has converted, right? Subhanallah. So this is a very excellent option, dear sisters and brothers, known as magic resize. Okay, you have to just give it a small touch up, that's all. You don't have to like worry like it's gone or something like that. See here, you just have to give a small touch up, and this has been created into a video, dear sisters and brothers. Within a second you got a video. Now we can just post a 5-second video on your Instagram without any this one. If you want, I'll just play it and show it for you. See here, I did not animate it, so what we'll do, we'll just animate it. Click on animate and click on the magic animate. After clicking on the magic animate, it will magically animate by itself. So click on the magic animate, all of it will be magically animated. So if you want, you can apply to all of the designs, and now you just click and play it up. Now you can just download one design and post on the social media. One design of 5 seconds, post it on the social media. Another design of 5 seconds, post it on the social media. This is very easy task that you all can take up. Okay, so alhamdulillah, we are done with the second option. Now move ahead, dear sisters and brothers. Let's move ahead to something called as, which is the third topic that I wanted to take up. It is nothing but creating the resumes. So I'll just go and have a resume format. Resume will be usually A4 size because they actually take it on the what we say this one, right? You actually carry a paper out of it, A4 size sheet, and move into the interview, right? So you all just have to take A4 size sheet. You have so many formats, okay? Because the resumes are like very easy stuff, you can just take the templates only, okay? Because they're very easy stuff, you just can create by yourself. See here, they just don't use any elements. We don't use anything for the resumes. We don't have to make it very excellent or something like very eye-catching or something like that. But it should have a good content written in it, because the educated or the someone that has education or values, or it gives value to the resume, right? Someone has a good qualification, someone has who has a good skill set, it actually gives value by itself. So you don't have to have prove it with the beautiful resumes. But if you want, you just can have some resumes that are here. You just have to click on it and it's on here. You just have to change the subjects, that's all. Change it. For these things you don't have to sit back and do A to Z, because all of this you just have to edit it by yourself. The educations, this is all the self qualification, you can add it by yourself. So this is one way of creating the resumes. Hope you all found it good to go with, right? So resumes, you will find hundreds of resumes here. You can just take whichever resumes you want. If you want to create it, you can create it by yourselves, dear sisters and brothers, because this is very easy. One text here, the lining here. I can just tell you, because the resumes has totally the text items here, okay? They have totally the text items. You can create one or two resumes by yourself, inshallah, for this session, for this class, okay? So the next topic that I wanted to cover was about the certificates and the okay, it was totally about the certificates, yes. So you'll just recreate a design and write certificates, because we do not know the aspect ratio of each and everything. We do not know the custom size, I mean the size of each and everything. So we are writing it here. Fine. Now we want the certificate in which format? We actually prefer using it in the landscape format, right? Usually you get the certificates in the landscape format. If you're working for any organizations or anywhere, you can just go for this one. Fine. So what you'll do, you'll just have a page like this. Now you just have to create a beautiful background for the certificates. Move to the elements. You have so many designs also, do not worry, you can take the pre-designs also, but I want you to create it by yourself, right? Come on. First thing, what is the first major thing in this is beautiful borders should be there in the certificate, right? So what I'll do, I'll just grab some beautiful borders. See how many beautiful borders are here. Or what you'll do is I'll just write certificate itself here, because let me see if you have beautiful certificate backgrounds. Two in one, whichever you want, you can go with, right? So we'll see if we have some beautiful stuffs with the certificates. Okay, we have some borders also here. I think we can grab this up just to show, okay? Okay, I think this is not good. You do not settle until you find it very excellent content, fine? Please do not settle. Because I'd say repeatedly, you should be very careful with your stuffs. Fine. Now I just want to flip it over. There's a button called as flip horizontal, flip vertical. I'll just put it here. Done. I think 2 words is enough. Fine. Now I want a background, beautiful background. So I'm done with this too. Now I want something like this one. I'll place the logo inside this. So what I'll do, I'll just keep it somewhere here. Okay, I'll just keep it somewhere here. Okay. Now I want a beautiful background. So what I'll do, I'll just write background. Or you can write certificate background only. Or you want a golden something background, golden black, golden white, golden dash background. I'll just write see golden background. Let's see if we have some beautiful golden plus something background. Just have to see all in the graphics, the photos. Golden with something. We want golden with something. I think this is sufficient. So I'll just keep it here and I'll just go to the layers or the set images background. Okay, sorry. Okay, you can just click it here and you just have to set images background. Okay. Okay, if you do not like it, you just have to change it. Fine. It's totally up to you. Your preference matters here. If you want it in this way also, you can take it. It's totally your preference. Something that you feel like it's excellent to go with, go for it. Fine. So here you can place your own, what we say, own logos. I'll just place this up here. If I want, I'll place the round one because that looks good. You have to, I told you already, because when you are creating logos, you have to create it for various stuffs. For this stuff, you must have the beautiful seer. Even you have to create it in the round format and keep. You have to keep it in every way, fine, because that is very, very, very important for you. So I'll just adjust this one according to that. So what I'll do, I'll just increase it size. Okay, somehow I just got it right. But let me see if I want to, I can just correct it more, or it's fine to go with. Okay. Now what I can do is, for now it's fine. So what I'll do, I think I need a purplish background behind. I can just change it to the purple also, but because it is purplish stuff, you can just create a purple one, or let me just put a white one because I don't want to make any changes now. Okay, now if you want to change the colors from this, then I can edit this photo and do it into the filters and go to the filters and change it in from the there's something called as color pop. Change the colors whichever you want, heat wave, something like amnesty. You can change, but I told you all, design your flyer, design your what we say, design your logos with different colors. Okay, beforehand you have to design it with the different colors and keep so that you can use it in the various steps. Fine. Okay, one of it, I'll just put it here, something like this. It's not visible, so I told you design it in various ways and keep it right. So Alhamdulillah. Now what I'll do, I'll just have to write the content. Now writing is totally up to you. You have to write it. The certificate first line should be like heading, and in that heading I'll write just everything in the caps. Certificate. You will have so many beautiful certificates, dear sisters and brothers, in the pre-designed frames also. Fine. So you want to keep it here. Now you have to give it a good look. So you have to have a beautiful font, beautiful bigger font. So you have to have the font like display fonts. Okay. Something that is very excellent. Even this would suffice. Okay. Certificate, then you can just write of appreciation, of participation, or something like that. And the content matters. Fine. Next, if you want to write your name there, you have to give it a handwriting look. Fine. The name of the person whom you're going to give the certificate to or something like that, you can just give it handwriting look. And you can make this make sure you can give more what we say, more designs to this, more look to this by giving good background. This background is not good. Okay, that's not good because I just grabbed it, whatever I found at first, I just grabbed it up. Let me just put this and see. You have to replace it until you find it excellent. Fine. Do not settle for a lower thing. Dear sisters and brothers, you have to have a beautiful way of selecting things. Fine. If you want, you'll just have this one. Replace the background. Fine. So if this and this are here, you can just put this here, this side, and put this on this side. Okay, just have to flip this up, right? Flip vertical, flip horizontal, flip vertical, like this you can put. Or you can crop it up further, like this. Only whichever you want, whichever parts you want, like this. Okay, so it's totally up to you, dear sisters and brothers. Fine. So even this one. So whichever way you want to, you can create the certificates. Fine. Certificates. See here, you have hundreds of certificates, but most probably, if it's good if you have your own look for your certificates. Fine. So it's the same. You just have to have a good background, and the text matters, and the content matters. That's all. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, this was a session for today. We have learned so much in today's session, right? We have learned how to resize, we have learned how to use the neon backgrounds, how to use the easy reflections, how to use the how to skew the image, how to resize the image is very important. And even if you want to resize, you have it here, dear sisters and brothers. Okay, you can just click on the stuff and you can just resize it. Or probably you have it somewhere here, or you can just go inside and resize because that is an editing tool, so they did not give you access here. So here the options here were already discussed, alhamdulillah, right? So we have almost discussed most of the options from Magic Studio also. So alhamdulillah, dear sisters and brothers, this was a session for today. Take care of yourselves, inshallah. Looking forward to see you all in tomorrow's sessions. Tomorrow's session will be very excellent, inshallah. Tomorrow you're going to start with the topic for the business, okay, business fields, and inshallah tomorrow you will all be able to learn so much how to give the how to take the clients, how to provide the stuffs for the clients, how to provide the services for the clients, inshallah. So I want you all to be ready to learn much, inshallah, in tomorrow's session. Jazakumullah khairan kaseera. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Take care of yourselves, dear sisters and brothers here, inshallah. We're hoping forward to meet you all in tomorrow's class. Assalamu alaikum.